Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to the channel. So I decided to do this video after I got a call from a nice woman who wanted to buy a Journey membership to winter in Florida. You see, she had read on various Facebook forums that it was possible to winter in Florida on a Journey membership. And she's not wrong. People certainly do it and it's possible, but it's also one of the hardest things you can ask your Thousand Trails membership to do. Odds are you're going to spend a good chunk of your time out of network paying full retail. Or you're going to do what I did, which is spend a whole significant portion of your life on the phone with Thousand Trails customer service reps, and you'll be on a first-name basis with people that answer an 800 call-in number. So before you buy a Journey membership to winter in Florida, I wanted to walk you through exactly what you're walking into and why it hands down makes sense to buy an adventure membership. Let's get into it. I want to first tell you the most important thing you need to know about wintering in Florida and Thousand Trails. There's only 3 Thousand Trails parks in the entire state of Florida. That's right, 3. Thousand Trails Orlando, Peace River, and Three Flags. That's the whole list. For a state that's 450 miles long and sees over 1 million snowbirds a year, Arizona has 1,000 Trails Park in it. That's it for that state. Can you winter in Florida? Absolutely. I did it, and I'm going to tell you why adventure makes your life just a whole heck of a lot easier. That one was about to make a serious multi-thousand-dollar mistake, and I don't want you to make that mistake. Here's the thing that everybody gets confused about, and honestly, it's confusing. Thousand Trails isn't one network, it's actually 2 networks. The Thousand Trails Network and the Trails Collection Network. Nobody really does a good job of explaining that. Thousand Trails consists of 82 parks nationwide, and that's what your membership actually owns. That's where your long booking windows, ability to move park to park, and longer stays actually belongs to. And then you've got the Trails Collection parks, also sometimes called the Encore parks. There are a lot more of those. They run by completely different rules. Nationally, that difference is a footnote. It barely matters. In Florida, in the winter, it's everything. Because in Florida, as mentioned, there are 3,000 Trails parks and 38 Trails Collection parks. In Arizona, there's 1,000 Trails parks and 18 Trails Collection parks. That means in Florida, the Trails Collection Network is roughly 12 times the size of the Thousand Trails Network. In Arizona, it's 18 times the size. So whatever winter you think you're planning down in Florida, you're not actually planning it on the Thousand Trails Network. Realistically, you're planning it on the Trails Collection Network. Which means at the heart of it, the question that actually matters is what are your Trails Collection privileges, not what are your Thousand Trails privileges. And that depends entirely on which membership you buy. Your Florida winter is decided by 4 rules. It's not any one of those 4 rules as much as it's the intersection of all 4 together that conspire to make wintering in Florida on a Journey or Explorer so much harder. The first rule that matters is your booking window at Trails Collection. A Journey and Explorer membership have a 60-day booking window at Trails Collection parks. An adventure has a 90-day booking window. Rule number 2 is the maximum stay. Journey and Explorer memberships only get a 14-day stay at Trails Collection parks. Adventure members get a full 21-day stay at Trails Collection parks. Rule 3, and this is a big one that people often underappreciate, is park to park at Trails Collection. Hear me loud and clear on this. Only adventure can go park to park at Trails Collection. For Journey and Explorer, once your 14 days is up, you must leave the Trails Collection network for 7 days. Not just that park, hear me loud and clear, the entire Trails Collection network. That means on a Journey and Explorer, you can go Thousand Trails to Trails Collection or Trails Collection to Thousand Trails. What you can never do is go Trails Collection to Trails Collection on a Journey or Explorer membership. Only Adventure gets that privilege. And rule number 4 that's the most important to understand, and it applies to every membership no matter how much you pay, is the high use restrictions. Thousand Trails designates 15 of its 82 parks as high use. And during high use season, which in Florida runs December 15th through April 15th, you can only have 2 2-week reservations at Thousand Trails parks at the same time, anywhere in the country. That rule applies to Journey, Explorer, and Adventure alike. It applies to every membership with one small exception. Now here's the Florida problem that I hope you're already starting to see. All 3 Florida parks are designated high use. So your entire core network in the state, the parks with the good rules, is capped at 2 reservations at a time exactly when every snowbird is trying to come down and use those parks. You can't stockpile the good parks, Nobody can. You can only have 2 reservations at one time. If you're following along, you've gotten to what I call the Florida Death Punch. Step 1. The 3,000 Trails Florida Parks, the one where you bought a membership that has the longest booking window, caps you at a maximum of 2 reservations at any given time for 2 weeks each in any of those 3 parks. And the entire state is fighting for those 3 parks. That means the sheer math forces you into the Trails Collection program for most of your winter. And on a Journey or Explore membership, that's downright brutal. On a Journey or Explore, you only have a 60-day booking window, which means you're booking those parks after Adventure have already booked theirs. You're capped at a 14-day stay instead of a 21-day stay. So even once you get a reservation, you're limited on how long you can stay before you've got to start looking for another Trails Collection park, and you have to be out of the network for at least a week. While you can go to a 1,000 Trails park, you're going to have limited availability and you won't be able to plan your whole season because you've already been capped at 2 reservations at a time. That is why Adventurer is so critical. It is the only membership that unlocks Trails Collection Plus, the 90-day booking window, the 21-day stays, and more importantly, in my opinion, the park-to-park at Trails Collection. It doesn't fix the high-use restriction problem, but it makes those 38 parks in the Trails Collection infinitely more usable. And in Florida, that's the entire ballgame. That's the death punch. It's not one rule, it's all 4 of them colliding in a state where any one of those rules makes life infinitely more difficult. All 4 together is the death toll. Hey, real quick, are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like and subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop me a line in the comments. Let me know why you're thinking of joining 1,000 Trails. And if you are thinking of joining 1,000 Trails, please consider using my referral link in the comments. Using my referral link puts you in touch with membership specialists that I personally vetted and trust, who will guide you to the right membership for you. Whether that's your Adventure or another option, they'll consult with you about your RV travel needs and make sure you buy exactly what you need. Using my exclusive referral link often gets you significant discounts off the 1,000 Trails website price and benefits the blog at the same time. Please use that referral link, fill out the forms. It supports the channel and gets you a discount. On with the video. So I want to tell you about my actual winter in Florida. Here's my season honestly. I had an Adventure membership, but I upgraded from a Journey too late. But here's the twist, and it's why this whole video points to where it points. I was too late for the 1,000 Trails parks. By the time my upgrade went through, the high-use scramble for the 3,000 Trails Florida parks was already on. All the early birds had their 2 reservations locked in, and the head start I should have had was gone. But I was not too late for the Trails Collection Plus program, and that is what saved my winter. Because I had Adventure, and only Adventure has Trails Collection Plus, I was able to cobble together a season off of Trails Collection Plus. That became my backbone. A Journey holder arriving as late as I did would have been finished, and while they might have gotten saved by cancellations, there also would have been a significant chance that they would have spent a bunch of their season out of the network, spending a whole bunch of money on retail, and becoming friends with our customer service reps at 1,000 Trails. I had a tool that still worked. Now, my itinerary didn't build itself and I started calling 4 months out. I took what parks I could get and I kept a backup park for every park I actually got. I often checked for cancellations as often as 2 to 3 times a day while I was sitting on the couch watching TV or during my lunch break. I literally got to know some of the customer service reps at the 1,000 Trails call-in center on a first-name basis. I know their wives and kids' names. I'm not kidding. And it worked. I pieced together a real winner off of Trails collections at some enjoyable parks. And with enough relentless calling, I even clawed back 2 weeks at 1,000 Trails Orlando, which I had wanted to see since some call it the mothership. That was not the plan working though. That was me working the plan, with the only membership tier that gave me anything to work with. And on Orlando, by the way, it has 1,100 sites, and all 1,100 of those are full the entire winter. That's a small city. Getting 2 weeks there during high use season only happened because Adventure kept me in the game at Trails Collection Parks long enough to get the reservation I was looking for at Orlando. And here's the kicker. I was there during an easy year. Because of the trade dispute, many Canadians decided not to come. So the parks were noticeably more quiet than the year before. I mean, let's face it guys, if you've ever noticed when you call a Florida park, the second language option isn't Spanish, it's actually French. That tells you how many Canadian snowbirds come down. Last year was anything but typical. So run the math in reverse. Highest level of membership, softest demand year in a long time, checking for cancellations 3 times a day, and I still leaned heavily on the Trails Collection Plus network. Take away my Adventure membership, put a normal year on top of it, and there's no season to hold together at all. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, fine, Ty, I'll just go to Arizona instead, we need to have a quick chat. There's 1,000 Trails Park in the entire state of Arizona, Verde Valley. Watch my video here on Verde Valley because it's one of my favorite parks. I absolutely love Cottonwood so much in the surrounding area that I did a whole video on what I did there. Watch it here because I think it's an amazing amazing place. There are actually 18 Trails Collection parks in Arizona. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. At least I didn't understand this when I bought my membership. In Arizona, there's only one non-age qualified Trails Collection park, Foothill Village in Yuma. That's right, 17 age qualified parks and one non-age qualified park plus Verde Valley. So while the brochure shows you 19 parks, there's actually 2 if you're under the age of 55. Verde Valley sits at 3,500 feet and gets legit cold at night during the winter. I loved it and it's your perfect Sedona base camp, but it's honestly not for everybody. So can that woman do Florida on a Journey membership? Yes, she can absolutely do it, but here's the likely outcome, and I really want you to sit on this before you decide to buy any membership other than Adventure before going down to a Florida winter. First, she will not likely get many 14-day stays. The parks are full. She'll be squeezing in wherever she can fit. 3 days here, 5 days there. 2, she'll be on a first-name basis with the folks at the call center, doing the same thing I did, calling and hoping for cancellations with a list of parks and backup parks and trying to cobble together what you can. And 3, she'll likely spend real time out of network. The probability is real that she'll pay full retail for significant chunks of her winter. And in Florida, that can be incredibly expensive. For me, honestly, paying full retail in a gap week was a decision I was perfectly comfortable making. If that's not you, the math changes enormously, and you need to know that going in, not in January when you get there. So what are my takeaways? I'm certainly not telling you Thousand Trails is a scam. Joining Thousand Trails is one of the best decisions I've made as a full-time RVer. It's saved me thousands and thousands of dollars and driven my cost to camp under $17 a night. I love it. I'd absolutely buy it again. What I'm trying to tell you is that sub memberships simply aren't the right tool for the job. So if a Florida winter is your dream, Adventure's the right call, not Journey, not Explore. It's the only plan with Trails Collection Plus, and in Florida, that's the end of the ballgame. 2, upgrade in the spring, not in October like I did. I was too late for the Thousand Trails parks, and being Adventure's the only thing that saved my bacon. 3, if you do decide to go with the Journey or Explore membership, A, don't get mad at me and badmouth me on social media when it doesn't work out well for you, and B, budget plenty of money for your off weeks and your gap weeks when you're out of network. 4, if you're under 55 and dreaming of Arizona, just plan on Arizona being part of your stay or bumping between Yuma and Cottonwood. Now, if all this is making your head spin, I completely understand. I did a whole post here on how to maximize your Thousand Trails membership. Let me tell you, after you've used the system for a while, you'll get used to all the rules that seem complicated at first, and you'll become a Thousand Trails ninja. So watch my video, get your membership, you'll be happy. I put the full list of the 38 Trails Collection parks in Florida in the blog post, which I've linked to in the comments and description below. It's organized by region so you can actually plan a route around it. I also have a map on my website that's sortable by Trails Collection and Thousand Trail parks as well as RPI parks on my Ultimate Resource Guide. Again, I've linked to that in the comments and description below. And do me a favor, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop me a line in the comments. Let me know your favorite Thousand Trails park in the state of Florida. And if you're not a Thousand Trails member yet, please let me know why you're thinking of joining. As always, go well, travel well, do well. Thanks for watching.